Welcome back. Today in part 2 of my UK Student Visa series, I will go through the online UK Student Visa application. If you haven't watched it already, please do watch part 1 of this series, which has a lot of useful information and tips about documents and fees. By the end of this series of presentations, you will have a clear understanding of the UK Student Visa application process and to complete your application independently without the assistance of an agent. There are 2 stages to the visa application process. First, you complete your online visa application, which I will talk about in this presentation. Second, you prove your identity and give biometric information at a UK government approved visa center. I will cover this later. You will also need to take a TB test if you are from one of the eligible countries. Again, see part 1 of this series of presentations for further information. The aim of this presentation is not to provide answers to questions in the visa application form, as everyone's circumstances and responses will be different. Instead, I want to show you the questions that will be asked so that you can prepare in advance and have all the necessary information ready before starting your application. Before you begin, make sure you have got everything ready: your personal details, financial details, and academic information. Most importantly, keep your CAS letter and passport with you because you will be referring to them a lot throughout the application. You can organize any remaining information in a spreadsheet for easy access while completing your application. You will also need a credit or debit card to make the required payment at the end of your application. To begin your student visa application, go to the gov.uk student visa page at gov.uk/student visa. This page contains several links and options, some of which I have already discussed in part 1. Click Apply Online to proceed to the next page. Before starting your application, it is recommended that you read the guidance notes carefully. Once you are ready, click Apply Now. The first question asks where you plan to live in the UK. Select the appropriate option and continue. Then you will be asked about your current passport, provide the required information, and proceed to the next section. You will then need to select the country where you will provide your biometrics and identity documents. For the purpose of this demonstration, I have selected Pakistan from the drop-down menu. On the next page, you will need to find a visa application center for your biometrics. This link will take you to the Find a Visa Application Center page. Click on Pakistan to view the list of available centers. There are 4 visa application centers in Pakistan. Pick the one that is nearest to you. For this demonstration, I have selected Islamabad. This will take you to the booking page for the Islamabad Visa Application Center, which provides additional information such as the location address, the opening hours, and what happens at the visa center. Once you have identified your preferred location, return to the application and confirm that you have located a center for providing your biometrics. Next, you will need to register an email address and create an account with UK Visa and Immigration, or UKVI. This account allows you to save your application and return to it later if needed. Enter your email address, create your account, and click Save and Continue. On the next page, you will be asked to confirm whether the email address belongs to you. Select the appropriate option and continue. You can track the progress of your application using the menu at the top of the page, and you can return to previous sections to make changes if needed by pressing the back button. You will also have the option of providing a secondary email address as a backup, which I recommend that you should do. You will then confirm whether it belongs to you or to someone else. After this, you can save your application and return to it later, where you can review and edit your answers. Next, you will be asked to provide a telephone number where UKVI can contact you regarding your application. It is advisable to select the option that allows UKVI to send you a text message if they are unable to contact you by phone. You may also provide a second contact number as a backup. You will then be asked to confirm whether you have a scholarship such as Fulbright, Marshall, or others. Reply appropriately and then move to the next question. Next, you will need to enter your CAS reference number in the provided box. The CAS number is an essential requirement for your student visa application, and without it, your application is unlikely to proceed. From your CAS letter, you will also enter the start and the end dates of your course. Next, you will enter the first and the family or last name exactly as they appear in your passport. You will also be asked to declare any other names you may have used in the past or currently using. Then you select your gender and relationship status from the available drop-down menu. After that, you will enter your address and confirm whether it is also your correspondence address. If it is not, you will give an alternative address. You will also state how long you have lived at this address and in what capacity, such as a tenant, homeowner, or living with family. Next, you will need to enter your passport details exactly as shown in your passport, including the passport number, issuing authority, issue date, and expiry date. Some countries issue a secondary identity card. If you have one of those, you will be asked to provide the relevant details. Next, you will provide information about your nationality, country of birth, which may be different from your country of nationality, place of birth, date of birth, and any other nationalities you may have. On the next page, you will be asked to confirm whether you have already provided evidence of your English language ability in a previous visa application. If not, you will need to provide evidence through an approved English language test or other accepted methods, which we have discussed in part 1 of this series already. You will then select your preferred spoken language for communication with UK visa and immigration. Next, you will be asked whether anyone is financially dependent upon you, regardless of whether they are traveling with you to the UK or not. If yes, you will need to provide further details. You will then provide details of your first parents, completing separate sections for your mother and father. The application may also ask questions about parental and guardian consent and responsibility. These apply mainly to applicants under 18. If applicable, provide the relevant details. Next, you need to tell whether you have any immediate family members living in the UK. This includes close relatives such as parents, siblings, children, and grandparents. The section on traveling as part of an organized group applies mainly to schools and colleges who are traveling as a group to the UK, or such as sports group or summer schools, and is unlikely to apply to higher education students. Next, you need to tell whether you are traveling with another person who is not your spouse or dependent. Continue to the next section. You will provide your accommodation details in the UK. If your accommodation is confirmed, such as University Hall, provide the address. Otherwise, explain your planned arrangements. The guardianship section applies only to applicants under 18 where relevant. Next, you need to declare your travel history over the past 10 years, including travel to the UK, USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Switzerland, and EEA and other countries. Next, you will provide your intended date of arrival in the UK. This can be an approximate date, as you are not required to book your travel until your visa is granted. Then you need to declare your immigration history, including any visa refusals, overstays, removals, or breaches of immigration law. Then you need to declare any criminal convictions, penalties, or involvement in serious offenses such as war crimes, terror-related, or extremist activities. Thereafter, you also need to declare that you are a person of good character. Then you will need to provide your employment history, especially if you have worked in a sensitive sector such as armed forces, intelligence services, or security organizations. Next, you will provide details of your sponsor, meaning your education provider and place of study. Undergraduate applicants will need to provide a UCAS reference number. If you are coming to the UK as a postgraduate student, then this doesn't apply to you. If required, you may also need an ATAS certificate for certain courses. Please watch part 1 of my presentations for further details of this certificate and how to obtain it. Next, you will provide details of your official financial sponsor if applicable, as stated in your CAS letter. You will also need to confirm whether you have been elected as a student union sabbatical officer. This is a full-time paid job, so you will need to declare it. You will then confirm your course, institution, and qualification level. The option continuing a course of study applies mainly if you are returning to an existing program or if you are to resit an exam. Next, you will confirm your living arrangements. Some sections apply only to applicants under 18. You will then confirm payments made towards accommodation and course fees as stated in your CAS letter. You will also declare any student loans and whether they have been received by you. You will then need to confirm that you have sufficient funds to maintain yourself in the UK, and you will have to provide evidence for that, such as a bank statement. You may also add any additional supporting information on this page. You will then review your answers, declare your maintenance evidence, and check the list of required documents, including your passport and TB test results. Some documents apply only to under 18 applicants. You can upload the documents yourself via UKVI's commercial partners such as VFS Global free of charge, or you can ask them to upload them on your behalf, but they will charge you for this service. Finally, you will agree to the visa conditions and declarations and proceed to payment. Once you leave this page, you will not be able to make any further changes to your application, so make sure that you have completed your application correctly. You will then complete your payment for the immigration health surcharge and the visa application fee using one of the available payment methods. This will complete your online application. You will receive a confirmation email from UK Visa and Immigration with details of your application and instructions for the next steps, including biometric submission and identity verification. This is all I'm going to talk about in this presentation. I hope you found it useful. If you have any further questions, you are welcome to get in touch with us via this email address. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe to this channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next presentation or video.